So, hello everybody. Thank you very much for joining us today. And today we have Yagyu Koichi Sensei. He is 22nd Soke, headmaster of Yagyu Shinkage-ryu. And I believe this is the first time Yagyu Sensei is going to do lecture for outside of Japan. Outside Yagyu Shinkage-ryu members. So this is a very rare occasion. And as you know, Yagyu Shinkage-ryu is most famous swordsmanship in Japan and within history as well. I mean, if you see all the samurai movie, you definitely hear, or you're from Yagyu Shinkage-ryu when it's turned up somebody very strong person come, or he's from Yagyu Shinkage-ryu. So I always thought it's just a legend or just in a story. So I was so surprised when I met Yagyu Sensei. It's real. It's existed. So today is going to be a really special day. Please enjoy. Sensei, よろしくお願いいたします。
Hello, good evening and good morning, everybody. My name is Yagyu Koichi Sensei. I am very glad to have a chance to explain the Yagyu Shinkage-ryu. Now let's start my lecture speech with a PowerPoint screen.
ちょっといいですか？すみません。Sorry, I forgot to tell you this. If you have any questions, you can always interrupt and ask, or you can write, you can hands up or start speaking, because I'm going to turn off all of your microphones. So, but if you want to speak, you need to turn on your microphone and speak. Or maybe underneath you have like a reaction mark. You can put hands up one and you can tell. Or if you're shy, you can write in a chat so I can ask Sensei at that time. So any is okay. So please ask any questions anytime. Okay? Sensei, すみません。どうぞ。
Now I use PowerPoint screen. And I will see a small screen. Through small screen, I will see your face, and I will confirm your feeling, what you are listening to my speech, and I will adjust something if needed. Okay. And now let's start. The first screen, Yagyu Shinkage-ryu, today's Genuine Japan online seminar. And now start the second page. My name is Yagyu Koichi Toshinobu, and the 22nd headmaster of Yagyu Shinkage-ryu Heiho, and the 16th generation head of the Owari Yagyu family from Yagyu Sekshusai. So today's keywords. The founder is Kamiizumi Senokami. And next is Yagyu Sekshusai. And there are two Yagyu, or as you know, one is Owari Yagyu, and the other is Edo Yagyu. And in case of Owari Yagyu, his Sekshusai's first son, Toshikatsu, and his grandfather, a grandchild, Toshitoshi. And in case of Edo Yagyu, Sekshusai's fifth son, Munenori, started. And the Muto episode, Muto is no sword, without sword. Muto episode by the Kurosawa movies. As you know, the Seven Samurai at the Myokoji Temple in Aichi Prefecture. And life-giving sword and death-dealing sword is the main theme in Shinkage-ryu. And other two themes, Seigo Sui River and Wondrous Sword. So these words are very important words in Shinkage-ryu. So at first, I say these words. Next. Now it's a history, general history. So Bushido and Budo. Bushido means the way of samurai, and the samurai uses swords and bows. It's the way of Budo is martial arts. And samurai government started around 1200 AD. Kamakura government started. And after that, the warring state period started. So the samurai fight each other using armor. In those periods, the purpose of Budo is to keep justice. And AD 1565, Sekshusai received the license from the founder. And the Yagyu Shinkage-ryu started from here. And the warring state period was over and the Edo period started. It means the peace war was over and peace started. And the purpose of Budo is to control the mind instead of keep justice. And AD 1868, the samurai government was over and Meiji period started. Now the purpose is education. And Bushido was over before at the time of Meiji period. But Budo, classical Budo continues from the Kamakura period to now. We are practicing. And after Meiji period, modern Budo started. As you know, Kendo, Judo, Kyudo, like that. That is modern Budo. So this is just summarize relation between Bushido and Budo. And this is a map in Japan. So founder was born here, Kamizumi town in Gunma prefecture. And he walked to here, Myokoji. It's famous for Muto no sword episode in Kurosawa movie, Seven Samurai here. And moved to Kitabatake Shrine. And there, Kitabatake, the founder met Kitabatake Tomonori, and he introduced Yagyu Sekshusai. And then Yagyu Sekshusai had a chance to meet the founder. And he decided to learn Shinkage-ryu from him. And Sekshusai lived here in Nara prefecture, Yagyu village here. And his grandson, Toshitoshi, moved to Nagoya around 400 years ago. And now we are living here in Nagoya. Lineage. So founder is Kamizumi Senokami is first. And Yagyu Sekshusai is the second headmaster, Yagyu Sekshusai. And this is round one, means the first Yagyu family head. And his son is, the first son is Toshikatsu. He succeeded Yagyu family, so round two, but he didn't succeed the Shinkage-ryu. So just around 2. And Yagyu Munenori, he is very famous. And he is the fifth son of Sekishusai. And his Munenori's son is Jubei. And Toshikazu's son, Toshitoshi, he is the grandchild of Sekishusai, is the third headmaster of Shinkage-ryu, and also he succeeded the third Yagyu heads. And next, Toshitoshi moved to Nagoya and served to Lord Tokugawa Yoshinao. And Lord Tokugawa Yoshinao, succeeded as the fourth headmasters. And Toshikata is a brother of Renya, succeeded the fourth family heads, but he didn't succeed the headmaster. And his brother Renya succeeded the fifth of headmasters and the fifth Owaryagyu family's head, like that. Now I am the 22nd headmaster and also the 16th Owaryagyu head. So this is relation between the headmaster and the Owaryagyu family's head. So next is our history. So 500 years ago, the founder was born. And around 450 years ago, the second Munetoshi means Sekishusai. Sekishusai Munetoshi. Sekishusai received the license the time of AD 1565. And around 400 years ago, the third headmaster, Toshitoshi, served Lord Owari Tokugawa Yoshinao in Nagoya. So he moved from Yagyu village to Nagoya. And after that, 7 lords and 14 heads of Owaryagyu family succeeded the Shinkage-ryu. And this picture is the original license from the founder. And this red line characters is the true person. The true person is a key word in this school. So only the true person can study the deeper parts of Shinkage-ryu. So later I will explain that about this the true person, what it is. Now, the next is the characters of Shinkage-ryu. I will show the Tsuba, sword guard, designed by his headmaster of Toshikane. This Tsuba shows 3 factors of other characters. So one by one, I will introduce. First is 2 characters, heaven and earth. It shows the nature. So we follow nature power. It means gravity instead of muscle. So we follow nature. And this character is a person. Person means we should be the true person. And the third one, this character is, we call it marobashi. The meaning is turn and change. And this means the strategies in for fighting. So later I will explain. So we have 3 factors characters of Shinkage-ryu. So nature, and person and marobashi. Now, next is the learning method. Sanma no kurai. San means three. So three factors for learning. So what it is learning and training and figuring out through your body. So learning means a teacher shows the students, and the students must train by themselves many times. But he must think about through your body, figuring out through your body. Before, anyway, you saw the teacher, so you must do like a teacher. So you must think about that through your body. So this is a practice cycle. And this Tsuba designed this meaning, Samma no Kurai. And our goal in daily, this is our goal in daily practice cycle. And the Yagyu family constitution, I will introduce. Ask someone who knows what you don't know. And also, you should win against the self of yesterday instead of your rival. So always the basis is yourself, not instead of your rival. So you must improve day by day. This is our policy. Now, how to use the body posture. So this picture, the founder wrote the first form of the basic of Sangakuen no Tachi, Itto Ryodan. But this is old style with armor. So founders period, it's a warring state period. So they wear the armor, and the style is very different. But after Edo period, the war was over and peace came. Now do we do not need to wear armor. So the style is changed. The new style without armor. So it's a standing position. This is a very lower position with armor. It's very different. And this tsuba means the posture of a new style. So this is a front on all sides. So front, back, left, and right, it's as a front. So upright position. And I will explain more detail. So navel down, and push waist, and pull chin in, and push neck. And do not lean, be upright. And move feet from under your navel. Means you must walk from body. You don't walk by feet. You must walk through body. Body moved, then legs, feet follows. and step with the arch of your foot. When you step, you don't use toe, you don't use heel, you use in the arch part, the center of your foot. This is very basic principle for body, how to use body. And next is how to control mind, body and mind. There are three points we call ha, se. So I will explain one by one. First ha. First ha means abdomen here, abdomen ha. Next se is a back around the obi. So ha se. And the third se is Seigosui episode, Seigosui River episode. This episode comes from a Zen story. Next, I will explain more detail, but generally, image of drinking up the full water of a big river in a breath. It's impossible, but just an image. And this means mind condition, not bothered by anything. So this is the ideal condition we want to be, because in a fighting situation, we must keep the daily mind anytime. Otherwise, we cannot use sword correctly. So very important. So Seigosui means this daily mind condition, status in any emergency case, in any case. Next, I will explain more detail about Seigosui. It's a very difficult part. So Seigosui episode, the student asked, why can't I live well even with things around me? Why cannot I live well even with things around me? Teacher said, if you swallow all the water of the Seigo River, I will tell you. It is impossible, but teacher said. Student, he resolved it by himself when he heard this. This is a style of Zen episode. And in our text, they say, go to the temple to study Zen, to get the answer. No explanation in words, just go to the temple to study Zen. It's a style of Edo period. It's a classical attitude to face Buddha philosophy. And my understanding is before he had a wall between the things around him. So something bothered any something or something bothered him. But after, no wall, so he got a very quiet condition, very stable condition. Nothing bothered him. So I will explain more the next by this explanation, an egg model. So there are two eggs in a bowl. So two eggs are separated, but break the eggshell. Now yellow part separated, but white part is mixed. So mixed. So no wall, no shell. So this case is me and an opponent. There is a wall, but this is the condition of no wall. So this condition is very good in fighting condition. This is a Seigosi. So we can see everything clearly in this under this mind condition. So this is Segosi. Next is how to use the sword. The important things. This is upright, not low position, and then it's Jodan, and one step, one cut, and cut like a circle, and from summit to valley. From summit to valley, so cut through from summit to valley, it means by gravity. So not by muscle. So one step, one cut plus gravity. That is very important, how to use sword. So in that case, hands and the sword are fused into one part. So this sword and arm is one part. This is also very important. And then remember the hase, ha and se. The point between ha and se is the center of the circle. So from one step, one cut using hase and cut through from summit to valley. Always the point hase activates all movement. So hase is very important in Shinkage-ryu. Another word, tandem. Generally speaking, tandem, almost the same. Around the 6 sun navel, it's a tandem. Just almost the same. But we in Owari we say hase. So very point, the point between ha and se. It activates all movement. Very important. So now next is we have three kinds of subri. One is straight. So straight is right foot front or left front front. Left foot front. So two types of one straight subri. And then right shoulder, right foot front and right foot front, and like this form. We call it Jun. And the other way, Gyaku is left foot front, and left shoulder. So straight, right, left. So only three kinds of the cutting. Very simple. And hase is very important, even though right and left, as well as straight. And next, waza, technique. This is the opponent. So fist is very important. Fist of the opponent is the nearest target which can be disabled. So I see the fist and hit fist. So fist is very important part to disable him, opponent. And fist is a very secret part. So we did not use the word fist. We changed the another characters to show it. So very, very secret part. And next is concrete technique. So we call it marobashigachi or jumonjigachi. So this is opponent. For example, from upside to cut from right side to left side. And see the tip of sword and fist, the relation between the tip of sword and the fist. The fist comes sooner than tip. And this case is the opponent cut from downside, from right side to left side, so upside. The same thing. Fist comes to the center line before tip of sword comes. Then I align my center line with his center line. I cut through my center line. Then I hit his fist. This is the principle. So fist is a very important part to hit. And the technique is, so I align my center line with his center line. And I cut through my center line. Then I hit his fist. So here is very important is I cut through my center line, not opponent center line. It's my center line. This is important. And then I hit opponent's fist. This is Jumonjigachi, Marobashigachi. And the most difficult case, opponent hit straight. That case also, we hit straight. So straight and straight is the most difficult case. His straight versus my straight. So my sword overhit his sword. Start slightly late, but almost the same time. Then we hit from over his sword. So this that case we call it gashi. And the special case of marobashigachi, jumonjigachi. And generally, jumonjigachi, marobashigachi case, opponent cut from right side, upper right side, or down right side to left side, like or left side to right side, like that. That case, we cut the straight and hit opponent's fist. But this case, gashi is very difficult because opponent straight and me, I cut straight. But still it works, but very subtle. timing is very subtle. Then we need training more and more. So when we entered the school, first we learned Suburi and we learned Gashi. And 10 years after, 20 years after, still we practice Gashi. So Gashi is very difficult, very subtle. So it's a life work for a perfect Gashi. And so Marubashi is a strategy. So Marubashi is based on the Mukei and Mukae. Mukei is a neutral position, no preconceptions in the fighting field. Otherwise, you cannot see clearly. So neutral and no preconception. So you can see, and also Segosui mind is very important. Otherwise, you cannot see clearly. You cannot see everything. And the next important is mukae. Mukae means bait. So this case, this this shidachi shows arm against uchidachi. So right arm is bait, and then uchidachi cut this part, and shidachi is expecting to come like a fishing. So bait and the opponent come. So expecting and to hit. This is a katsuninken, a life-living sword. This way is created by the founder. At that period, normal people, ordinary people sold setsuninto, death-dealing sword. It means more speed, more power against opponent by his good technique. So it's very individual technique. But Katsuninken is a universal way because just show the bait and Uchitachi comes. So we expect that and we hit. So easier, but actually very difficult. Fishing is very difficult. Bait is taken by fish. That case is we are killed. So very difficult. But this way is safer than setsuninto. Katsuninken is safer than setsuninto. But always overwhelm an opponent by the absolute proud skill. We are practicing this way. So next, I show you the actual form, Sangaku En no Tachi. This is 2013 in Ise Shrine we performed. And no sound. Now, next form, the shidachi, this side shows right arm as a bait. So see here, so the founder created this Sangakuen no Tachi. This is very representative forms of Shinkage-ryu. And at that time, we used to the armor styles this form, but this we changed to without armor style. So this is from Edo period, we use this style, but the concept is the same. And next is Muto, no sword, fighting without sword. This is also the important concept in Shinkage-ryu. So originally, the Myokoji temple, the founder showed Mutodori like Kurosawa's movies. And then Sekishusai thought about the technique for Muto, no sword. The purpose of Muto is not to take the sword from opponent. A way to not to be cut in case you have no sword. That is purpose. And think about the sword fighting from the point of no sword. It's very useful because sword fighting is always sword and sword. But from the point of no sword, it's a very great experience. And the next is no need to take their sword if opponents are not don't want to cut. Actually, that case, no need to take their sword and use everything around you. For example, a fan, an ashtray, and a jacket. Everything use for protecting against an opponent for survival. And the following poem shows what is muto, no sword. So that way is our way, just shows the poems from Zen. No words to explain. The poems shows use a hoe without using your hands. Ride a water buffalo as if walking. Pass over the bridge. The bridge flows and the water does not flow. 4 lines poem. This poem shows what is muto. So I point out two points. The first line shows, so the farmer's arm and hoe is one part. Movement is very natural as a one part. Like a sword and arm is pasted, is fused into the one part, like that. So very natural. The farmer's arm and hoe is one part. And the last lines, the bridge flows and the water does not flow. But this is different. The water flow and the bridge does not flow, of course. But it shows you must think about from the point of opponent. So it's very useful. So you must think about from the point of opponent. So that is hint. And next is the wondrous sword. In Japanese, Shinmyoken. So the meaning is the true mind has the capacity to understand everything clearly. We can use a sword perfectly with the true mind. If the true mind exists inside, perfection appears. That is the concept of Shinmyoken, wondrous sword, but based on Zen philosophy. And also, Sekshusai shows the 4 line poem, the same thing. Many kinds of seed already exist in the mind. Rain wakes them up. If a sprout knows at once its essence to become a flower, naturally the enlightenment of Buddha appears. So these 4 lines poems. And the important part is knows at once its essence. Essence is to become a flower. Then it appears. So this is very important part in Shinmyoken. It's mind working. And so if you are interested in the Zen philosophy, I advise to read The Song of the Zen by Hakuin. As you know, very simple sutra for everybody to want to do zazen. So he explains what the zazen is. So the Song of Zazen by Hakuin Zenji. And next is the person. So the founder said the true person can only learn the deeper parts of Shinkage-ryu. So true person is a very important keywords in Shinkage-ryu. The second headmaster, Sekshusai, gave guidelines to us. So 5 virtues and bravery is very important. 5 virtues is love to others and justice and courtesy and wisdom to judge correctly and sincerity. So 5 virtues and brave is very important for the true person. And Bushido is justice and courtesy. And justice becomes from love, wisdom, and bravery. Love to others and wisdom. So wisdom means a judge to correct, judge correctly, and bravery. So 3 factors become justice, produce justice, and also love to others and sincerity produce courtesy. And then justice and courtesy is 2 factors of Bushido. So Sekshusai said the 6 virtues, but Bushido also says justice, courtesy, but the factors is the same. Justice includes love, wisdom, bravery. Courtesy includes love, sincerity. So the part is 6 parts of birch. 6 birch are important to the true person. This is very important in Shinkage-ryu. And next is swordsmanship and Kompa-ryu no. This is the history. Kompa Shiro learned Shinkage-ryu from Sekshusai. Kompa Shiro is the soke of Kompa-ryu no at that time. And the original documents were kept at the Hozanji temple. And you can see through the internet like this. And this document is gave from Sekshusai to Kompa Shiro. So there was a relation between the Kompa-ryu and Shinkage-ryu. And Munenori liked the no. I am studying Kompa-ryu no and Honda Mitsuhiro Sensei. So it is to learn new thing is very helpful to teach Shinkage-ryu to others. And the reference. This is the logic of Ba as life knowledge. The theory of the theory of co-creation as seen in Yagyu Shinkage-ryu swordsmanship. And you can read Amazon Kindle Unlimited. We have a print version and ebook both. So you can read unlimited style. So conclusion, I show the three tsuba. This is heaven, earth, person in the Marobashi. So heaven and earth present be and with nature, follow nature. And the person is the true person. And Marobashi is a Katsuninken, life-giving soul. And this Samma no Kurai Tsuba. So learning, training, and think about through your body, thinking about through your body. So be creative. And this is the front, all sides, front, back, left, right, all sides. So pure mind inside and standing upright as a posture. Hase, hase is important to very related to this posture. And also the Yagyu constitution. You should win against the self of yesterday instead of your rival. And this is URL of our official website. Currently HTTP, but new version will be released soon. That HTTPS is more security. The following address is the same. I hope end of August we can show the new version. So easy to see, so more clearly. So please look after released. So my PowerPoint sheet is over, and my lecture is over. And so if you have any question, please ask me.
Thank you very much, Yagyu Sensei. Yes, so I was expecting everybody to have a question, but I think it was so much information just to stop us asking. But please, it was wonderful. If you have any question, please ask now.
Well, all I have is a comment to say this was a riveting, unbelievable lecture. And from South Africa, I thank you, Sensei, out of the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody
I
else?
would like to thank you. Thank you very, very much.
I would like to say from England, that was just amazing. It filled in so many gaps in my education. It was just amazing. So thank you very much, Sensei. Domo arigato.
どういたしまして、You are welcome. Please read Amazon Kindle Unlimited, our book. So Yagyu, yes, Yagyu Kai translation team translated last year in Corona period. We worked that. So we can share the information all over the world.
Thank you.
So, so it's we just passed the time now. So Sensei, if anybody who wants to learn Yagyu Shinkage-ryu, can they do that? Because I know there are quite limited people join as a member of Yagyu Shinkage-ryu at the moment. it's only about 80 people in Japan. It's about 120 people in all over the world, if I
Yes,
remember correctly.
We keep face-to-face relations between me and students. So around 120 members all over the world. But we are practicing in 4 places in Japan, Nagoya, Tokyo, Kansai, and Anjo, and also 2 places in the world, United States and Hong Kong. In case of United States, is New York, Osaka, Austin, Flagstaff, Long Island, like that. And anyway, please see our official website. You can see the needed information from that. But around the end of August, you can see clearly. And I advise please come to see our practice, and if possible, and then you can judge, you can join to train or not. Anyway,
It's
see
wonderful.
by your eyes.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much, Sensei. So if there isn't any more questions, we are going to close today's lesson. And next Genuine Japan's lecture will be 4th of September. Our next one is not martial art. It's about no theater by Kongo-ryu. And as Yagyu Sensei introduced at the end, Yagyu Sensei also practiced no. And no is a very important part of samurai culture. So if you have a time, please join. So it was a wonderful and a very rare occasion we had. And thank you very much, Yagyu Sensei. 先生、本当にどうもありがとうございました。
You're welcome.